y planeamiento energético integral son aspectos que merecen especial atención. Nuestro país está comprometido en continuar abogando para impulsar acciones que se traduzcan en proyectos concretos que mejoren la gestión de riesgos de desastres en el Caribe. Consideramos que los desastres naturales guardan una relación directa con la seguridad. El gobierno dominicano ha reafirmado su compromiso con el fortalecimiento de la capacitación en este tema, tal como lo evidenciamos durante nuestro ejercicio de la presidencia del Consejo de Seguridad de las Naciones Unidas, al cual pertenecemos como miembro no permanente para el periodo 2019-2020, al presentar esta problemática como uno de los grandes enemigos del desarrollo, la paz y la seguridad en nuestra región. Por último, quisiera destacar la importancia de las declaraciones conjuntas recién suscritas, las cuales están llamadas a fomentar la capacidad y la cooperación en este importante tema. Exhortamos a continuar aunando nuestros esfuerzos y trabajar de manera conjunta para lograr mejores resultados en beneficio de todos nuestros países. Finalmente, quiero reconocer la magnífica conducción por la presidenta Julie Chan de este importante encuentro del día de hoy. Muchas gracias.
Gracias. The distinguished minister from the Bahamas, who will speak on behalf of several countries.
I wish to begin where my colleague minister from the Dominican Republic left off, by recognizing your judicious management of this event today, and you are to be commended. On behalf of my Caribbean colleagues, I wish to thank Deputy Secretary Sullivan for hearing our hearts at UNGA last year, and for convincing Admiral Fuller to allow us to use this impressive facility and the staff here today to conduct this event. We wish to commend the State Department for the organization of this very important and timely event to address resilience partnerships between us. The level of technical expertise brought together for this event is indeed commendable. In this vein, we also recognize the presence of and participation of SEDEMA and other regional institutions of the Caribbean. As you've heard here today, global warming and climate change presents an existential threat to our region. As such, resilience to us includes not just building stronger, but better and faster. Resilience must become a way of survival for us in the Caribbean. It must permeate every aspect of our existence, as we depend on our climate and our communities for our very survival. Only through collaboration and synergies and interoperability will we collectively achieve the desired outcomes. Finally, this conference must deliver on the goals and objectives and not be allowed to become just another perfunctory occurrence. With that said, we in the Caribbean are grateful to the United States of America for reaffirming our friendship and relationship in this manner. We thank you.
Thank you.
On behalf of Admiral Fowler, I would like to thank all of you for the enlightening and productive discussions. I think we are concluding the day with more concrete ideas, tools, and mechanisms to mitigate risks and enhance our cooperation in the year ahead. The Admiral really wanted to share this entire day with you, but he unfortunately had to peel away for another meeting. As requested by all of you, we at SOUTHCOM want to continue to build on lessons and challenges learned in the training and exercises we conduct with you to build resilience, preparedness, and interoperability among us. As we look forward to this year's UNITAS exercise, we will absorb the lessons learned from trade winds and focus on how to integrate a truly multinational joint task force focused on addressing a natural disaster or humanitarian crisis. This is great practice, which better prepares us and our neighborhood for the real world. In the coming months, our SOUTHCOM team will be reaching out to our neighbors in the Caribbean to follow up on ideas and feedback and construct a joint collaborative planning agenda. This is the kind of concrete action that will reinforce this new resilience partnership. We recognize the existential nature of a threat of a natural disaster in our shared region, and we are hopeful that the discussions today will help shape the mechanisms for a more effective response when disaster actually strikes. Thank you for your active participation and for sharing our joint commitment to building a stronger and more secure neighborhood.
Thank you, Ambassador Ayalde. And finally, Deputy Secretary Sullivan.
Thank you, Julie, and again, thank you for your managing this this long day that we've had. It's been a very productive day, but in particular because of your leadership. Thank you. And I'd also like to commend all those my friends from the Caribbean, my colleagues from the U.S. government who presented and shared your expertise today. Because of you, we had a very productive session. I'm thankful for all who are staying committed to this process. I'm proud of what we've accomplished in these hours, and I'm excited to see how we'll implement our objectives going forward. I know that I have one to do out of this meeting. I've undertaken to address the insurance issue that was raised, and I will follow up on that. But there's a lot more that we're going to follow up on, as the ambassador said. All of the issues that were presented today merit follow-on by all of us and our governments gathered here. This ministerial reaffirms the United States' commitment to our Caribbean partners into forging stronger bonds in diplomacy, security, prosperity, health, education, and energy. An area of collaboration that will advance all others is what we've been talking about today: resilience and disaster preparedness. Our joint statement is evidence of the commitment we make to each other. We've identified areas of mutual concern and areas for continued and new collaboration. And through this new initiative, the U.S. Caribbean Resilience Partnership, we strengthen our cooperation through concrete action toward that end. We'll enjoy closer civil and military cooperation through our annual Trade Winds exercise in the Caribbean. And if disaster strikes, we will cooperate closely on civilian aviation and recovery. We will build closer partnerships in weather forecasting, storm surge mapping, energy resilience planning, and targeted grassroots programs. We'll increase communication network interoperability, streamline early warning response networks, and formalize communication channels. We'll seek common mechanisms for ensuring rapid disaster response and recovery, and we'll continue to cooperate through our Resilience Partnership Working Group. This is an enduring partnership. We don't really have a choice. We're neighbors. The United States is in the Caribbean. Each of your countries, each Caribbean country here, has a presence in the United States, is welcome in the United States. We're neighbors, we're partners, we're friends. And this is an enduring partnership. We're pledging to conduct a very real follow-up on this meeting with very real actions, and we look forward to seeing real results when, as Admiral Fowler said earlier today, we will confront a disaster. It may be a hurricane, it may be a volcanic eruption, it may be an earthquake. Something will happen in our neighborhood, but we'll be better prepared to respond to it. And for that, I'm grateful to all of you for your participation today. Thank you.